Students in a local school district face challenges walking to school. Snow piled up on sidewalks is forcing some kids to walk in the street. Plus, a U.S. representative from Illinois makes good on his word, his donation to a local food bank in response to the recent government shutdown. And giving older adults the tools and confidence to use technology. The new classes for seniors in Freeport.
Live from WTVO 17. This is Eyewitness News at 5.
Good evening. I'm Mimi Murphy. Thanks for joining us. In Belvedere, kids walking to school haven't had it easy. Sidewalks across from Belvedere Middle School are still piled high with snow. Eyewitness News reporter Stephen Lewandowski met with parents concerned for their children's safety.
Amanda Hahn and Taylor Hale both have kids in Belvedere schools, both concerned with how the sidewalks across from Belvedere Middle School were not shoveled following the most recent snowfall.
I see kids walking, trenching through the snow just because they don't want to jump through the intersection and get to the other side. They don't really want to jump in the mounds.
As you can see here, this is one of the mounds that they were referring to. For reference, I am 6'6" tall. Kids as young as 5 years old are having to climb over mounds like this one just to get to school.
But it's not just this latest storm. They've been battling this issue for nearly 5 years to change the winter upkeep on the sidewalks.
Why can't we have an independent contractor come out here and take care of these sidewalks so our residents don't have to do it? I mean, if residents over there are like old and elderly, how are they gonna, plow by the back of their yard?
But it's not up to the school district or the city. It's the individual property owners. The children walking to school are especially disappointed with the lack of upkeep.
One of my kids' friends, the whole way down we were talking about it and I was ranting about it. And the one was like, why don't they just care about us?
Yeah.
We just want to walk home or walk to school.
Kids are forced to cross Beloit Road to avoid walking in the snow. The problem? No one lives on the side of the street where the sidewalk is properly maintained, meaning every child must cross here at some point.
I just wish some of the residents would, kindly take care of it on their side or the city, because it's just not fair that our kids are crossing where it's not supposed to be crossed. And if they do slip and fall like mine did, and a car comes too fast and they hit my kid, what am I going to do?
Reporting in Belvedere for your home team, I'm Stephen Lewandowski.
We called Belvedere City Hall earlier today. They tell us there's currently no ordinance in place for clearing snowy sidewalks. Crews braved the bitter cold this morning to put out a garage fire in Rockford. Shortly after 5 a.m., Rockford firefighters responded to a home on Brook Road near Kishwaukee Street. They arrived to find a detached garage on fire. You can see heavy smoke coming from the building. Crews were able to get the blaze under control and no one was hurt. Firefighters kept the fire from spreading to a nearby home. Damage is estimated at $10,000. Illinois says it will not implement federal changes to SNAP eligibility for non-citizens. New guidelines from the Trump administration add greater restrictions for the food assistance program. It says non-citizens are among those no longer eligible. But the Illinois Department of Human Services says these guidelines are unclear. The state also confirming full December benefits will be issued to Illinoisans as usual. An Illinois lawmaker putting his money where his mouth is. U.S. Representative Bill Foster donated the salary he received during the government shutdown to the Northern Illinois Food Bank. The Democrat made his pledge in response to the temporary halt of SNAP benefits during the shutdown, as well as the furloughing of federal workers. Foster made similar donations during the shutdowns in 2013 and 2019. Imprisoned former Illinois House Speaker Mike Madigan has an estimated release date. The U.S. Bureau of Prisons shows Madigan is set to be let go March 3, 2032. The 83-year-old is behind bars at a minimum security prison in West Virginia. He was found guilty earlier this year on federal corruption charges. He is appealing his conviction. As the use of technology grows, many older adults struggle to keep up with the changes. The Senior Resource Center in Freeport's launching a new informational series for senior citizens called Tech Time. The sessions are led by Ed Alderman, the owner of the Computer Tutor Repair Shop in Freeport. Attendees are taught the basics they need to know about commonly used modern technology and gives them more confidence using it.
They want to be able to do things on their own. We had one woman at the end of the last class say, this is an exciting time to be a senior citizen. And you know, what she was talking about was that getting some of this knowledge about technology and what they have at their hands now to find information, it just amazed her.
Today's seniors learned how to protect themselves from online scams. Registration was cut off for remaining classes due to the high demand. Organizers hope to have more courses next year. An event highlighting local artisans is underway in Rockford this weekend. It's called the There's Something About Mary Holiday Market. Over 40 Rockford area vendors are selling their unique handcrafted items to shoppers. It's organized by Women's Space, who's hosted the event for years. Their marketing director spoke with Eyewitness News this morning.
We always have a great reception. There's great attendance to it, a lot of positive feedback from people about the things that they get there, just the quality and the uniqueness. So yeah, it's a very successful and well-received event.
The market is open right now at Women's Space that's located on Maria Linden Drive that runs until 8 tonight. It's also being held tomorrow and Sunday. An Illinois family is reunited with their beloved furry friend. This cute little 4-pound toy poodle named Lil Oats belongs to Emily Ramey. She works for our sister station, WCIA. Lil Oats was missing Saturday morning in below zero temperatures. Community members from across the area helped the Rameys search for their missing dog.
The overwhelming amount of information and support that we had from people that were sharing it, spreading it, commenting, giving us advice, asking us for an update was incredible.
More than 24 hours later, Lil Oats was finally found near a retention pond in their neighborhood. Coming up, the World Cup final draw is in. Find out who Team USA will play and where the matches will take place straight ahead.
Temperatures started out the day near 1 degree shortly after midnight, but we made our way to the upper 20s for the afternoon high. I'll let you know if we climb any further over the next few days and preview our chances for some wintry precipitation coming up in just a few minutes.
You're watching Eyewitness News, your home team, with Mimi Murphy, Wendell Edwards, Sports Director Scott Lever, and meteorologist Jordan Wolf.
The U.S. men's national soccer team now knows who they'll face off against at next year's World Cup, now less than 200 days away. Next summer's global competition will take place in cities across 3 countries, the U.S., Mexico, and Canada. Christiane Cordero has all the details from Washington, D.C.
The stage is set for Team USA in the 2026 World Cup. Today's World Cup draw deciding which teams play each other in the group stage of the tournament. Kicking things off, the leaders of the 3 host nations, automatically placed as the top seed of their respective groups, as the nation's capital transforms to the football or soccer capital of the world.
It's a momentous occasion. I really don't think people here in the States understand how big a deal this is. This is bigger than the Olympics. This is bigger than the Super Bowl.
The U.S. men's national team leads Group D and will play
Australia, Paraguay. They go into Group D.
The winner between Turkey, Romania, Slovakia, and Kosovo.
Head coach Mauricio Pochettino spoke with our Alex Prochet as he prepares to bring the U.S. to victory.
We want to do our best and to give our best to that sport, that is soccer.
The World Cup now less than 200 days away and already making history. For the first time ever, the tournament will have 48 teams, several qualifying for the first time. Witnessing history firsthand will be a feat in itself.
We've set a record on ticket sales, as you probably heard already, even long before the event itself.
More than 2 million tickets sold so far, according to FIFA. The first match for the U.S. is in Los Angeles, June 12th, against Paraguay. Christiane Cordero, ABC News, Washington.
Here in the state line, it's warming up at least somewhat following record low temperatures in the state line overnight. After the break, Jordan will let us know what wintry weather we could see this weekend and his full forecast coming up next.
Your firstborn weather forecast from meteorologist Jordan Wolf.
It was a bitterly cold night last night, and that carried over into the very early hours of this morning as temperatures actually started out the day right around midnight, near or even below zero. 0 degrees right at the midnight hour here in Rockford, although just after midnight we were up to 1 degree. So that's officially the low temperature on the day today. But yesterday we were at -4 just after 9 p.m. That set the record low temperature for yesterday's date. Some spots were also down near or below zero the early hours of this morning, but since then we have really warmed things up, and in many spots around 20 degrees warmer than where we were this time yesterday. That's the case in Rockford. 24-hour difference, 20 degrees. 20 degrees also in Janesville compared to yesterday, up 19 degrees in Sterling from 24 hours ago. Many locations as a result placed in the mid and upper 20s. Still 25 in DeKalb, 24 in Woodstock, 25 Poplar Grove, 27 in Rockford, Dixon, Janesville, 26 meanwhile in Sterling. Weather watcher Kevin in Lena reporting 25 degrees, a dew point of 18 along with the 9-mile-per-hour wind. Terry in Genoa has 25 degrees, 17 degrees the dew point, and a southwest wind at about 15 miles per hour. Increasing cloud cover, though, leading into our next weather system. That's currently producing some very light, wintry precipitation to the north of Rockford and mainly north of Highway 20. We are dry on our Mercy Health SkyTrack camera overlooking Beloit, Wisconsin at the moment, but may see some of that light precipitation developing over the area. Almost all of this is along and north of Highway 20, and the bulk of that even north of the state line in southern Wisconsin. Radar indicating a lot of that coming down in the form of some snow, but there may be a few brief patches of some light freezing drizzle. Whatever precipitation comes out of the sky, it's not going to last very long as we get drier air that filters in after about 10 or 11 p.m., but keep an eye out for some slick spots through the later part of the evening tonight. Temperatures will actually hold fairly steady over the next several hours before dropping close to 20 degrees early tomorrow morning. That'll be underneath a mostly cloudy sky and the wind direction flipping around to come out of the northwest with that drier air that pulls in. Tomorrow, temperatures return to about 25 degrees, a partly sunny sky on our next round of some snow showers arriving late. Winds fairly light, only about 5 to 10 miles per hour. So here's how that next snow chance will develop. Tomorrow evening for Saturday going into the early part of Sunday, we actually stay dry through about 7 p.m. Saturday evening, but that snow developing out to the west of us across parts of Iowa will slowly filter in thereafter and carry us over through the nighttime hours and into the very early hours then of Sunday morning. Most of this snowfall will be relatively light in nature, a bit on the fluffier side compared to some of the snows that we have seen lately, and it won't stick around very long. By about 8 or 9 a.m. Sunday morning, most of that will have pulled out of the area, and we may even get some sunshine for Sunday afternoon. So here's how those snowfall totals look to be across the area. I think most of us will end up between 2 and 4 inches of snow, but the far western parts of the viewing area, there is a subtle potential for a few spots to end up on the higher end of that scale, possibly pushing just above 4 inches of snow. That is where, especially in Iowa, the National Weather Service has issued some spots with a winter weather advisory and even some winter storm warnings in north central Iowa. None of those yet have been extended into northwestern Illinois, so we will not see any of those issued, at least here in the shorter term, but could see that extended area wide as we head through the later part of the day tomorrow. That'll be for tomorrow evening when the snow moves in, carrying us through the early part of Sunday morning. 25 degrees for Saturday, down to 21 on Sunday. More Arctic cold then down to 0 Sunday night, and then quickly returning those temperatures even above freezing for a few days, but that comes with a chance for some messy precipitation, including the mixture of some rain and snow Tuesday into Wednesday.
All right, thanks, Jordan. Scott's next with sports. The Ice Hogs get a break from their division rivals this weekend, but that doesn't mean they'll have it easy on the ice.
Now sports with sports director Scott Lever.
And the Ice Hogs are set to face one of the best teams in the AHL, not once but twice this weekend. They'll host the Colorado Eagles tonight and tomorrow night. And the Eagles are leading the AHL's Pacific Division. The Hogs played 2 games with them in Colorado earlier in the season.
You know, they got some veteran experience there. They play fast. They attack off the rush. So we just got to tighten up the neutral zone a little bit and, you know, try and keep up with them. I think we can for sure. Slow them down with some hits and try and get 4 points this weekend.
Well, the Bears have done a lot right over the last 2 months of the season. The defense keeps getting takeaways. The running game has been humming along. And the offensive line protection has been vastly improved. The next step is to get Caleb Williams throwing with greater accuracy, especially this Sunday in Green Bay. Last week against the Eagles, Williams completed only 47% of his passes for a modest 154 yards. He ranks last among starting quarterbacks in the NFL this season in passing accuracy. To his credit, he has played better in crunch time this season, but now it's up to him to string 4 good quarters together.
Throughout the whole game, throughout 1 through 3, and part of the fourth, it's being able to make consistent plays, routine plays, and I think that's what I've been trying to focus on for myself.
He is 1-0 at Lambeau Field so far in his career, so he does have that going for him. Well, Christian Watson's a Packer whom the Bears will have to be ready for on Sunday. The Packers like what they've been seeing from Watson. 3 touchdown catches in his last 3 games, including a 51-yarder last week. Watson is back to stretching defenses.
I definitely have come, a long way in terms of, just my confidence out there, running, all my routes. I mean, my goal is always to, get better each and every week, but, definitely each and every year. So I've definitely put a lot of, work into, trying to be as well-rounded as possible.
There's also the possibility the Packers could get Jaden Reed back Sunday. They're waiting for him to be medically cleared. Matt LaFleur said this morning that he hopes Reed will be ready to go. Game time Sunday at Lambeau Field is 3:25. You can see it all on Fox 39. That's sports. We'll be right back.
Some light snow showers and a few patches of mixed precipitation, including freezing drizzle, may be possible across parts of the state line, primarily north of Highway 20 on the First Warn Interactive Radar. Temperatures remain fairly steady over the next several hours, but eventually dropping near 20 for the early part of tomorrow morning. Next round of snow moving in Saturday evening and Saturday night, 2 to 4 inches expected.
Thanks, Jordan, and thanks for joining us. We'll see you again at 6.